Good evening, one and all, and welcome back to the stream. We're streaming earlier today, was running some Warhammer 3, but now we are here for a little ZGL casting. EDYN Academy taking on Remorse Gaming. It was sure to be a heated battle between two titans in this league. Anywho, without any further ado, you hear the clicks, you hear the sounds, you know we're loading up pretty soon. So let's just get right on into it, shall we? Here we go, folks. This is going to be a fun one. I believe casted for Remorse Gaming before. Do not know if I've casted for EDYN, but either way, we are here. Messi getting a nice little two-piece popcorn nade to start things off. Messi having an incredible start on the 2-0. May have gotten a bit of a TK there. Got to be careful sliding in Fancy and Jack. Keeping things interesting, and Fancy doing some beautiful pistol work, but it's not enough. Star taking things over on the point as EDYN Academy is growing like they are in the Garden of Eden on these points, on the hill, surrounded by greenery, and feeling pretty good about it. Shots coming in. Fancy once again with a solid two-piece. Handsome with the triple. My goodness, that's beautiful. And Handsome to see. 30-5 on the P1. EDYN Gaming able to get a solid start, as Remorse Gaming is able to crack into double digits at least on the P1. Handsome having a wonderful game. Mezzi, the last one up. Fancy and Jack pushing through. Mezzi trying to contest, but it's not enough. Jack on the 4 streak, jacking things up for Remorse Gaming as they try to bounce back in this one. Rotating in through mid is going to be Nevi and Handsome. Nevi quickly getting taken care of as Salty tries to rotate on through, but cannot. Handsome getting the trade outs. Fancy holding on the hill, and there's the 2-piece on the 4 streak for Fancy. Fancy and Jack, the FJ connection, getting things done for Remorse Gaming, able to bounce back in a big way on this hill as Star trying to get there, but Fancy holds strong on the 5 streak, 1 away from that cruise missile, which can make or break a hard point here, folks. If you can lock down that cruise missile, we're going to rotate on over to P3, if I am not mistaken, as C6 tries to rotate from this P4 location, trying to rotate up, catch Nevi unawares. Nevi season, unfortunately, just not in this time of year. Mezzi rotating on through. Shots coming in from Hoofstar, able to somewhat clear point. As Mezzi having an absolutely incredible 2-piece to clear P3 as we continue here on 6-star. Or no, excuse me, on Vista. I'm getting my maps mixed up. So many new ones to pick from. Salty with a solid 3 streak, slides away, but here comes Messi. Jack is there for the save. Beautiful shots from Jack, who quickly goes down from the flank. Handsome able to take over as they will clean up the scrap on this hill. EDYN Academy, though, still playing catch-up. I don't think they'll be able to take the lead on this one, but it should still be an interesting match either way. They're down by about 20. They do not have they have the rotations they need, but they are quickly being overwhelmed. Jack and company getting set up exceptionally well. C6 up in this restaurant. Tried to get that turn inverted, but unfortunately could not. Jack just posted up in the corner. Rotations coming in from Nevi season, excuse me. As Jack is able to get yet again another 2-piece. Shots coming in from multiple sides. Make it a 6 streak, excuse me. Cruise missile now in play. Jack 14 for 8, nearly on the 2.0 KD. Fancy holding as well. Star from on high. Spots Jack at the last second. Sliding in. Can't get a 1 as Remorse Gaming starts to run away with this one. We'll see if EDYN Academy can find a way to bounce back. They had a solid start on the P1, but have struggled on these rotations. Jack with another 2-piece on a 9 streak, folks. Might be trying to set up for the double digits. They're gonna get it. Jack on the 10 streak, and finally going down, but what a run from Jackie boy. Salty holds the point. C6 is there as well, but EDYN Academy slowly rotating on through. Luckily, Salty gonna get some backup, or excuse me, Jack gonna get some backup with C6 and Salty all rotating through. Mex getting there, and unfortunately quickly taken down in mid-air, doing a little skeet shooting on the point. Nevi Season taking down Fancy. Again, if I am mispronouncing anyone's name or gamer tag, I apologize. I'll start with solid 2-piece, but one of them was their own teammate. Handsome holding up top. Mezzy taking down C6, and this game is looking like it is running away from EDYN Academy as we rotate on over to P1. Nevi is there, but can they maintain it? The Stars having a solid hold so far. Handsome going down, though. Mix rotating through. Salty gets picked up. Beautiful, beautiful gun control from Mezzy there. Nevi just holding in the corner. Gets that trophy down. Jack and Fancy rotating through mid. Nades, stuns, explosions, pandemonium. Handsome and Mezzy grabbing kills. Nevi goes down. Handsome takes over and maintains control with a solid 2-piece. The Star is there, able to stay up. We'll see if EDYN Academy can bounce back. But it looks like they will. They've struggled a little bit on these first rotations. They did a solid job on P1. C6 currently maintaining control, with shots coming in from Handsome, who can't quite escape Salty's grasp. Mezzy on the far side as EDYN Academy try to bounce back here. This P2 is critical for them. They do not want to fall behind more so than they already are. They're down by about 50, but you're in very dangerous territory. The Star up top. Jack with a big 3-piece. Old Jackie boy going to work once again. Call him Captain Jack, if you please. Nice little turn and burn bamboozle for Jack, who once again goes on the 4 streak. Just earlier this game, went on a 10 streak, folks. Make it a 6, finally goes down, and another cruise missile in play. Don't know if they called in the first, but a solid game from Jack, to say the least, as Remorse Gaming once again takes the 60-point lead. Very critical, I might add, to make it 60 instead of 50. So you're going to need the whole point and then some. They clear house. EDYN Academy able to clear house on P2, but they're fighting for scraps when they need the whole turkey. They do not want leftovers. Salty rotating on through. EDYN Academy trying to find a way. Or excuse me, Remorse Gaming trying to find a way onto the point, prevent the comeback. EDYN Gaming able to start winning their rotations. Jack able to beam one from the head glitch. Drops to 24 on the pre-fire and able to stay up. Regen's back up. Salty on the outside. Handsome and company spotting them. So Star to take them down. Jack, once again, with the multi-kills, so critical in helping this squad, has close to triple the kills as some of his teammates and close to double of the next closest one in Fancy. Jack doing all the heavy lifting in this one in terms of the killing power, as EDYN Academy has brought it within 20 and might be able to tie things up pretty closely on the P4. Won't be able to get it on the P3, but they locked down the bar. They hired a couple of bouncers and were able to get some of the ruffians out, like in Roadhouse, as they are now down by only 6. We're down by close to 100 at one point, as that is an insane, insane comeback for EDYN. It's 182 to 180 as C6 takes over. Jack, the last hope, as Handsome and company are going to be able to retake. Jack holding strong for now, but going down to Handsome. He's looking clean. He's looking handsome. Freshly cut. 184, and finally taking the lead. EDYN Academy, excuse me, has completed the comeback. Jack can only do so much, folks, as Mezzy rotating out. Fancy with a big 2-piece, but not enough to take Hill. Not yet, anyways. Jack gets on there for but a moment. EDYN Academy with about a 10-point lead, but doing just fine thus far. Salty giving chase. Unable to find Mezzy. Shots coming in. Huffstar just on the outside. Nevi down below grabs one. Salty Trying to track down Handsome, and does. Jack dropping in. Trying to stay alive, but Nevi is there to clear house. Mezzy grabs one. Salty able to contest, but only for a moment. C6 with a big two-piece, but Handsome coming in at the last second as it's trading left, right, and center on this P5. 30 seconds have gone by, and I don't think anyone scored a single point on it. Incredible stuff as EDYN Academy cracks into the double century mark. Shout out my boy Rarity. They are an incredible caster. They are an incredible friend. And they are just an all-around incredible human being. Mezzy going down at 208 to 186. It's coming down to the wire, folks. We're getting a third set of rotations. Handsome and Hoofstar, the HH connection. Add a third one in there, and we're going to be seeing some spine busters and pedigrees. If you catch my drift, Hoofstar and Nevison on the hill. Big kills from Nevi season. Excuse me, not Nevison. Unless it is. I am not sure, but Nevi season with some big kills to hold the line, at least for the moment. Fancy trying to stay up. Trophy systems are down. Remorse Gaming fighting for their lives here. As the contests come in, Hoofstar just a menace. Finally going down. Fancy with the trade. Mezzy and Nevi. The Mez-Nev connection, folks. As Nevi season takes one. Mezzy grabbing more. 2 streaks in the feed. They might be able to win it here. Actually, no, they won't be. My math is terrible. Mezzy on the head glitch, but it's not enough to hold the line. This P2 is going to be the decider, I think, folks. Fancy with a big 2-piece. We need that cruise missile, Jack. I don't think we've seen it. If there was ever a time to use a cruise missile, now would be the time. C6 able to rotate early. Even if you can grab 1 kill, it can make the difference. EDYN Academy has 2 down, and it's all up to C6 to hold. Already weakened to just 7 HP, and finally going down. Hoofstar takes over. It's quick trades all over this P2. Has no one in control of the point yet, but Salty able to rotate on over. Red Rover, let Remorse Gaming come on over. Another 2 down for both sides. Hoofstar grabbing another, make it a third on the 3 streak. Hoofstar and company able to lock it down as EDYN Gaming take the win. A solid game of Hardpoint to get this matchup started. Hoofstar with a critical 3-piece towards the end. Handsome was rotating in for the assist, but Hoofstar was able to clear house towards the end there. Despite Jack's 43 bomb, it was not enough to overtake EDYN Academy, and at the end of the day, it's not the KD that'll win a hard point. It's the hill time. We love our hill kittens here in the chat, if I do say so myself. Anyway, folks, series is currently 1-0 for EDYN Gaming. For those of you keeping track for me in the audience, hopefully the audio sounds right. If there is anything off about the stream, please let me know at once so that I can address it at an appropriate time, if not immediately. Hopefully my casting is coming through crisp and clearly, and if it is not, you gotta let me know. Because I'm in the zone, chat. I'm casting, I'm observing, I'm producing, I'm doing it all. I can't necessarily troubleshoot while all of that's going on, so I need your help if something sounds awry. Okay? Okay. Once again, my name is Big Rich X. This is EDYN Academy versus Remorse Gaming for the Zoned Out Gaming League. I just bumped my mic with my chin, and I'm embarrassed. Gotta learn mic control, mic distancing. Anywho, we're resetting the lobby, getting everything set up for the new host. Make sure my CODcaster settings are all set and squared away. We're gonna be right back, but don't you dare go anywhere. Please be sure you're following the stream, and I hope to see you when we come back from the break. And if you leave in between the break, bear butt. It's a bear butt raid. Who's got the bear spray? Who's got the bear spray? Welcome, one and all, to the channel, to the stream, and to the page. As I just got done saying, bear butt, my name is Bigger Checks. This is Zoned Out Gaming League. EDYN Academy versus Remorse Gaming. EDYN just won a fairly close 216, excuse me. A relatively close hardpoint battle between these two squads. Saw a 43 bomb, and that was the team that lost the hardpoint, shockingly enough. Either way, Bearbet, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Please be sure you're following the stream. I will catch you after the break as we get set up for round number 2. And as we all know, my bread, butter, sugar, and cream. That wasn't right. Hang on. My butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything. Everything. Search and Destroy is up next. We'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you, chat, just like you're watching me. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Watching you. Yes, I have hydrated. Thank you for redeeming that. It is important to stay hydrated while casting to keep the vocal cords lubricated as we get ready and underway for round 2. EDYN Academy up 1-0 in the series. We're going to high rise, search and destroy. Bit of a split defense, or split attack, I should say, for EDYN to start things off. Salty hanging out down below. Looks away at the last second, and that's Call of Duty timing at its finest. Excuse me. Pushing on through. Solid push in from Jack. Rotating up. Catches Huff down below, but Huff winning out the gunfight with that rival 9. Fancy to take down Handsome. Now we're in a 2v2 gunfight situation. A lot happening between these two squads. C6 on high with Fancy down below. Huff rotating on to Alpha. Should be able to get the plant unless C6 spots them. Got to be careful here. C6 actually the one to get spotted first, and Huff with a beautiful headshot from down below leaves Fancy in a tough 1v2 to start things off. Bomb will be planted Alpha, and you get that extra time on the clock. Pressure now on Remorse to get that defuse. Rotating on through. Don't think Huff spotted anyone. Mezzy spotted the toes of Fancy. Shots coming in. And unfortunately, that head glitch is just too difficult to counter, especially from the helicopter pad. Because when you're at the helipad, you can see everything, but everything can see you. You're just left out with zero cover, beamed with that MCW. That is such a solid AR play. Rival 9 has definitely been buffed in recent weeks, at least it's so it seems. But MCW is still the choice for AR in the amateur scene and the pros, it would seem. Jack, the bomb carrier, as we continue here, setting up for a long shot on this Bravo side. Nevi gets beamed by Jack. Beautiful shots from Jack right there, folks. We saw them get a solid 40 bomb in the hard point. Off to a bit of a slower start here, sitting at only 2 for 1 as Huff gets the trade, or excuse me, making it a 2v2 now. Jack able to get 1, but quickly traded out. Excuse me, lost my train of thought for a second. We're back on track. C6 now in the 1v2. We'll see if their luck changes. Huff waiting down below. C6. Ooh, they were right next to one another and just didn't realize it. Handsome spots him. Shots coming in. Here comes Huff. It don't matter. Handsome able to get it done. Huff was there either way, so they're going to go down 2-0 for EDYN Academy and a solid start. Handsome looking pretty darn good. Pun fully intended at the 2-1 after a few rounds. Solid stuff for EDYN thus far in the matchup. We'll see if their luck continues in round 3. It's typically right around here where you see the squad down, grab 1, or at least put up a bit more of a fight here. Remorse Gaming has been just struggling ever since the tail end of that hard point. Mezzy holding here as Nevi Season able to grab the first blood. Sitting at 2-2. Huff takedown Salty, and it's a 4v2 early for Remorse. Jack posted up in the corner, spots Nevi. Nevi gonna go down. Jack rotating on through. Might try to go for the flank. Handsome. Here's him reloading. And just gonna wait. I love the patience here from Handsome. Huff pushing through. Dolphin diving through. Handsome and Huff, the HH connection, get it done. C6 now having to push up. Spots Handsome down below, but does not realize that Mezzy is lurking in the corner. Oh, the Renetti up close and personal. That burst damage is so strong in the close quarters. Oh, Handsome and Huff had a beautiful play there to bust through that door on their spawn. That is tough. Tough for Remorse. EDYN Gaming just rushing through them right now. And this is really do or die time. If you're down 4-0, the likelihood of a comeback decreases just so much, I think, just from a player's mentality and a caster's mentality. From as a player of the game myself, folks, what I'm trying to say is you're down 4-0, your confidence kind of takes a hit. Either way, Nevi on the far side. Fancy rotating up. Picks up Handsome. Does not realize that Nevi Season was right up top. Quick trades, though, as Fancy accidentally falls off the map, I believe. Unfortunate there either way. You just lose a player, and EDYN Academy able to take the easy round. And one of the faster rounds of Search and Destroy I've seen on a high-rise map. Either way, Huff here sitting at 6-1. Salty. Gonna be a little salty after this one. Gets picked up on the flank. That Rival 9 just has such a quick TTK. It is very difficult to counter or turn and burn when you're going up against such a powerful SMG such as that. As we continue here, a very tough game for Remorse. Fancy at 2-4, C6 at 0-4, Salty at 1-4. Jack sitting at 5-4, the only one currently going positive. Remorse Gaming is going to need to step up here. Jack needs some assistance on the defense as we continue here. Nevi holding down below. No one going down just yet, but Handsome for the first blood as they rotate in on a Bravo. C6 on high. Unfortunately cannot get one. It's Jack to grab the first kill for Remorse, but it's a 2v3. Fancy able to even the odds, taking down Nevi Season. Or Nevision. I don't know. Sometimes players type in a letter and they mean something else, and I'm sadly I'm just too stupid, Chad. I can't figure it out. Either way, Huff and Mezzy going up against Jack and Fancy, and there's Jack for the 2 streak. Fancy rotating down below. It's all up to Huff in the 1v2, hiding in the elevator, waiting to peek out. Jack down below, Fancy up top. Fancy goes down, Huff and Jack in a 1v1. Huff rotating up top, taking the high ground. Ooh, Jack giving chase, trying to track him down. Huff dropping down below. It's a little ring around the rosy. Huff gets spotted. Is there time for the defuse? No, I think there was. Jack just couldn't get it in time. Oh, that is tough. That is very tough. I think Jack could have had that. Takes 5.8 or something like that to defuse. My memory serves me right. There was 7.6 on the clock. Definitely had time, but maybe just didn't realize it. Didn't want to risk it on the streaks. But when you're down 5-0, you might as well try and go for the defuse, Jack. At least go for it. Now Jack and company. Jackie boy, Captain Jack, trying to stay alive in this matchup and in this series. You do not want to fall in the Search and Destroy and go down 2-0. Most of EDYN rotating on over to Bravo. Mezzy gets picked up. Jack on the 4 streak. Now sitting at 9-4. Huff going down. This is the round Remorse needed. C6 to take out Nevi, and now Handsome all alone in a 1v4. Jack goes down. The streaks are over. The reload comes in, but not quite fast enough. Salty with the push, and Remorse Gaming able to grab a round. Staying alive. Don't tell the BGs, not yet. Salty sees the shots from top Propane. Little jump shot right on to Handsome. Unfortunate there, folks. Fun update for High Rise. They have nerfed the Propane for ranked matches, so you no longer go down to the Propane tanks on this map. Which, you know, I understand from a player's perspective. You know, let's say it's a 5-5 in the Search and Destroy. You end up going down to a Propane instead of the player. That's tough, but I think it just comes down to map awareness. You just got to learn the map, learn the timing, and go from there. And just avoid the nades. But I can see how it could be tough as there's a giant Propane tank right next to one of the objectives, so it is completely understandable. Salty grabbing first blood, Fancy grabbing another, and just like that, EDYN Gaming gets torched. A forest fire of a round for Remorse right there as they absolutely obliterate EDYN. Behind Jack's 10-5 performance, Handsome tried to get the turn and burn from across the map. You gotta respect it, but old Jackie boy wasn't going to give it away that easily. Solid matchup thus far as Remorse Gaming is showing signs of life. not giving up hope just yet. When there is a will, there is a way, folks. Let me tell you, I've seen some incredible stories unfold in Search and Destroy. It's why it's my favorite mode. It's my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything when it comes to casting. Here we go. Navy season up top by Propane. Jack rotated to the far side on Alpha as Salty grabs the first blood for Remorse. Fancy taking down Huff, and Mezzy and Handsome left in a tough 2v4 situation. Once again, EDYN reeling after taking the 5-0 lead. Remorse Gaming on the verge of winning 3 in a row themselves. Just incredible effort. Handsome does not see Jack. Jack takes down Mezzy instead, and now Handsome left all alone in the 1v4. Jack gonna go down. Streaks have been taken. Handsome gets the 2-piece, but it's not enough. Remorse Gaming with the win, and a 3 in a row at that. Now we see the dreaded 5-3. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious, folks. It's not looking too good if I'm EDYN. Beautiful commitment from Fancy on those shots. Way to trust themselves to get that kill. As we continue here, Remorse Gaming pouncing back in a big way, especially Fancy now on the 4 streak, sitting at 7 for 5. Jack at 11 for 6. C6 still at 1 for 5, but Salty bouncing back for a 5 for 6. Honestly, if you can get C6 to grab a kill or two in these last couple of rounds, it could be the difference maker. You know, have your players that haven't shined too brightly this game step up, as unfortunately Mezzy with some shots, but it doesn't matter. Huff and Nevi take down Salty and Jack, and it's all up to Fancy and C6 in a 2v4 situation to keep Remorse Gaming alive. Fancy, by the generators. On the back, rotating up and down. Mezzy taking them out. And now Handsome just needs 1 kill to complete the sweep for everyone on EDYN to grab a 1 streak. C6 gets spotted in the corner and overwhelmed. Unfortunately, the Cinderella story is over. And those electrical boxes did not provide enough cover. Neither did the radio tower. Final score 6-3. Nevi season wanted to go hunting. Found themselves a C6. Got it done. Unfortunately, in a situation like that, your best bet is to just run and roll. You know, stick and move, stick and move. You don't want to be caught out in a corner in a 1v4 because you will get overwhelmed, just like we saw. Or just like that, folks. Just like that. Solid effort from Remorse Gaming. Way to fight to the very end, not give up. I respect it. I respect it, Remorse. Now you're down 2-0. Not looking too good. But we got Control next, folks. And Control, whew, my goodness, that is a different animal from what we've seen thus far this evening. Limited lives, specific points to capture. That's going to be interesting. It's a blend of the two. Because yes, it's a respawn, but it's not unlimited respawn. Yes, there are objectives, but they're progressive objectives, not just plant and go. But again, I can't stress this enough. If you're in a 1v2, 1v4, 1v whatever, in my professional opinion, your best bet is to move around. Keep them guessing on where you're at. Because the second you start shooting, location revealed. The second you get a kill, location revealed. And then you just got to roll. That's why I think the rule in sniper class is never shoot from the same place twice, or more than twice. I forget which exactly. I'm not a scout sniper in the United States military or Marines, so I'm no expert. But I've seen a couple of movies, seen a couple of documentaries. Either way, lesson is, punch and move. Don't get caught out. Either way, folks, we're going to get things set up for that Control matchup. Don't go anywhere. Please be sure to follow the stream, and I will catch y'all in a few short moments. Watching y'all, just like you're watching me. See you soon. Now is the time. Now is potentially the final match. The final game between these two squads. We're going back to the high-rise, but this time it's for control. 2 objectives, 30 lives, attack and defense. Who will win, nobody knows. Only time in this next 15 minutes or so will tell. Best of luck to both squads. Here we go. We are off to the races. EDYN Academy up on defense first. We'll see if Remorse can get off to a phenomenal start on attack. Fancy and Jack and C6 all grabbing kills. So definitely the start you wanted as Huff goes down on objective. Mezzy able to grab one and Jack going down. Not an ideal start, but you keep the pace with the lives as Mezzy clears this Bravo point. Salty rotating up, trying to get to this top propane, provide some covering fire. Mezzy able to grab Jack, but Salty picks up the trade. Fancy now rotating through mid. Trying to get to Bravo. Slides in as Salty grabs a big two-piece on the 3 streak. Takes the high ground and is able to trap him in spawn. Big kills for Remorse here as they 3-stack on to Bravo. And just like that, first progress bar filled. Trying to get the second one filled before the onslaught commences. Huffstar only able to grab one as Jack maintains control with C6. Jack peeking out, trying to stay alive. Bravo unable to be controlled. EDYN Gaming, though, down by 5 in lives as Fancy tries to cap Alpha. Quickly contested. Nevi Season is there, but it's not enough as EDYN Academy bouncing back in a big way. They are down by 5, now only 2, as they try to keep them away. They clear that progress bar on Bravo. A smart move from EDYN. Don't want them getting a quick capture by any means. And now have taken the lead in lives once again, setting up the spawn tramp. A big 3-piece on the side of EDYN as everyone's grabbing some streaks. I'm seeing streaks of 3, 2, and 1. EDYN Academy is getting it done. Salty trying to rotate out. 11 lives left. 14 seconds. They need to get there. Salty and Fancy with a 2-piece. Handsome rotating on the outside. Salty with some big shot. Needs to rush. Huff is going to beat him. Huff can't quite get that 2-piece. C6 and Fancy going to be able to stack it with Jack on Alpha. Gotta be careful with that language there. Whoopsie. C6 should be able to secure Bravo and does, but only barely 7 lives to 6. It might just come down to lives, folks. It's going to be critical here. No one on the objective. Shots from across the map, and Mezzi and Huff grabbing some. It's 5 to 5. Might just come to a search and destroy-like situation as Huff rotates in. Handsome with a massive double headshot. Insane double headshot from Handsome to give his team a huge advantage. C6 trying to rotate it up and away. Salty hanging out on the outside. Nevi was waiting. C6 on the helicopter pad with Fancy. The last 2 players up. It's a 2v5. Definitely still winnable, but you got to be careful. Huff going down. 2v4. 24 seconds. Fancy taking down Handsome. C6 trying to get Nevi. They do. It's a 2v2. Now a 2v1. It's all up to Fancy. Fancy falls off the map. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's no shot. No way. A control matchup ends like that. Are you kidding me? Fancy, watch where you're walking, brother. In a 1v2, Fancy falls off the map. You gotta be kidding me, chat. I have never seen a control end with a map fall. Oh, someone call Tim the Tap Man. Someone just lost a match in the ZGL to fall damage. Insane, folks. Absolutely insane. As we continue here for round 2, EDYN Academy, has taken a 1-0 lead. They currently lead 2-0. Jack and Fancy trying to hold the line on Alpha. Huff currently contesting on Alpha, but Jack is there to defend. As they keep the lives relatively even, here we go for round 2 of this control. Jack trying to set up that spawn trap on the left-hand side. Huff dolphin diving through, trying to give EDYN some breathing room here. And I want to see teams and players start to utilize the underground tunnels to escape this spawn trap. There are other avenues. I know it wastes some time, but when you're stuck like this, you need to break out and break out quick. Huff taking the tunnel route. Now just got to be careful on pushing through. Fancy going down in mid. Huff pushing through, almost gets caught, but is able to stay alive. Does not force the objective hold, instead waits to push. Tries to get the 2-piece, but Jack unfortunately taking them down 23 to 18 in lives. Remorse Gaming doing substantially better on defense. As we can see, 23 to 17 in lives. EDYN Academy has somewhat stalled out. Huff trying to find Jack on this far side, but Jack too good with those headshots. C6 grabbing one as well. As you see, Jack on the 7 streak has that cruise missile in play, which is critical for a control. As he tried to get up, Jack on the 9 streak. My goodness, Jackie boy coming back on the defense. As Remorse Gaming tie things up, defense obviously their strong suit, but should it go to around 5, I believe the favor will be in EDYN's court. as they were able to win out. Or no, excuse me. I should say favor is on Remorse's part right now. Potentially. No. It's EDYN. They were able to win their first offensive round. I'm getting my brainwaves all sorts of messed up. They are crashing upon the shore. Nevi with a solid cross map. But I believe EDYN Academy has the advantage should this go to a round 5 control, as they were able to win on the attack first and have the most control points on the attack. As we get ready here, 28-26 early in lives, EDYN Academy with a slight advantage. I don't think they're going to press in for the spawn trap play, but there's potential for it. Beautiful commitment from Nevi, and way to flick, maintaining that fire line, but Jack able to sneak through. Might be able to set up a push towards Bravo. Gets spotted on Propane, and has got to be careful here not to overextend. Huff down below. Salty takes down Nevi, but again, lives dwindling in favor of EDYN. Only slightly, though. Jack with some beautiful map awareness, but it's sadly going down as Salty gets onto the point. Trying to take the high ground. Get some shots. Does get some and wants some more. Salty on the 3 streak. Big nades and shots coming in from Remorse. So they should be able to take over Bravo here as they 3-stack. Jack protecting from on high. And just like that, Bravo is captured. Beautiful plays from Remorse here. Now the long slog over to Alpha. As C6, solid 3 streak. Still some cruise missiles in play for Jack, if I'm not mistaken, or a cruise missile, I should say, but has yet to use it. I don't think I've seen Jack use their cruise missiles at all this entire series. They had a potential for a few in that hard point, but just elected not to use them. Huff has to reload. Don't push it. Reload, Huff. Picks up a new weapon instead. Handsome takes down Jack either way. 12-12 in lives. Once again, coming down to these gunfights, so critical. These shots are clean as they are impressive. Huff, I think, got spotted there. Fancy goes down. Huff is able to get the trade at least. But C6 left all alone and gets spotted from across the map. Excuse me. Dinner is coming back to bite me. I'm getting sick to my stomach watching this gameplay. It's that freaking good. Can't handle or contain my excitement. EDYN Academy, 10-7 in lives, has a slight advantage. Salty trying to rotate through, but Mezzi holds the line. Handsome up top. Huff in mid. Has to reload, swaps to the pistol, but not fast enough. Last few seconds. Is anyone close? Jack trying to get there. Could not. He had plenty of players waiting for him. Either way, EDYN Academy take the 2-0 lead. Huff, with the rival 9, grabs the final kill as Fancy gets eliminated. As it all comes down to this for Remorse. Can they put it away here? Can they stay alive? They're on defense. They dominated in their first round. Sadly, cannot sadly cannot get anything going on the attack side of things. They're able to take Bravo that last game, but I don't think it'll be enough. Huff grabbing the first blood, and we are off. Mezzi trying to hold the line. Shots coming in from the back. Fancy trying to track down Mezzi, but it's going to be Salty from the helipad to clear house. Bravo quickly getting cleared as Remorse try to set up for the spawn trap. Handsome and Mezzi and Huff all grabbing kills. C6 the last one remaining. C6 with a big 2-piece protects Bravo at least for a little while, but they 2-stack should be able to grab a progress bar or 2 here, and it looks like it's just going to be the 1. Fancy was unable to get there in time to prevent the full capture of that first progress bar, but nonetheless a solid defense thus far. 2-stack onto Bravo, 1 on Alpha. Bit of a split attack, and it worked out. Mezzi and Huff control the objectives thus far. Shots from behind. Salty there for the clear. Here comes that cruise missile from Jack. trying to clear Bravo, track down that player, and takes out their own teammate instead. The first time we see Jack use a cruise missile this series, and it's a TK. You hate to see it, folks. If you can't secure the enemy kill, at least throw it out of the map. You don't want to kill your teammate like that. As Bravo gets secured, might have indirectly been Jack's fault. But I ain't going to point fingers. Jack has been playing phenomenally this entire series, and this game, to say the least, so it really is anyone's game at this point. 16-12 in lives. Can EDYN Academy put this one away on the attack? It's time to find out. Huff rotating on through to the left-hand side as they two-stack onto Alpha. Handsome and Nevi are there. Salty goes down. Shots from Jack. Trying to grab both of them. Handsome on the head glitch goes down. Jackie boy on the defense, able to save Alpha, but 13-9 in lives. Mezzi with a big 2 on the flank. Starts that progress bar once again. Fancy coming in from out of nowhere. I didn't even see him, but I've been swapping left, right, and center. Nevi gonna try to set up the spawn trap. Doesn't go for the full rotation from underneath. We got another cruise missile in. Who's it coming from? It's coming from Mezzi. Trying to slide it in, and excuse me, folks. Mezzi taking down Salty. It's 11-4, now 11-3. Fancy on the point, trying to hold the line, be a stalwart defender right until the very end. C6 rotating out. Fancy still on the point. Nevi gets him. Nevi with a big 2-piece. It's just 1 kill. Handsome with the TK, but it won't matter. Salty can't get there. And EDYN Academy gonna be able to stay alive in this one and stay, or rise to a 2-0 in the standings. Remorse sadly falls 1-1. Nevi season with a big 2-piece at the end. Salty was across the map, couldn't quite get there in time. A solid GG's all around to both of these squads. We'll see if we can get a post-match interview with EDYN, as they do not fall for the apple and will remain in the garden for a good long while yet. Incredible matchup. Solid teams. GG's. EDYN, if you want to get a little interview in the Discord, feel free to join up in the interview VC. But a solid GG's to both squads. Solid GG's to both squads. I accidentally tabbed out. If y'all, EDYN, would like to do an interview, by all means, join the interview room DC or VC, if you so please. Either way, GG's, gents. It was an incredible game. That's good people right there. I accidentally typed you 500 times in the Discord because I accidentally tabbed out too quickly. Anyways, we'll see if we can get a post-match interview. Either way, though, an incredible match for the ZGL. And definitely won't be my last, but my first one in a while for ZGL. And I'm just excited to keep casting. Oh, in general. That works. This'll work. This'll work. That's fine. Gentlemen, solid GG's.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard-fought one. That was not easy at all.
Oh, absolutely. I got a couple questions. First off, in that early goings of that hard point, you were down a bit, especially off the P1 and P2. What are y'all's mentality in a hard point match, especially on Vista, one of the newer maps? You don't necessarily know it as well as some of the older ones, but what's your mentality when you're down in a hard point, and how do you bounce back to win it?
Man, I just gotta say, first of all, that's on Huffstar right there. He was the one that kind of told us, like, hey guys, look, we're down. What are we doing? Let's slow down. Let's regain, and let's just win this map. Like, we know what we know what we need to do, so let's just get it done. Because we were at the beginning, we were just kind of a little too like over channeling, and we just weren't playing what we needed to be playing. And luckily, Huffstar was there to get us back in order.
Wonderful. Huff, anything to add to that? Anything to change? Any words of motivation that may have not been allowed to be said?
No, I keep it very professional. I just told, when we're down, I just told my team to just take a deep breath. I know there was internet issues going on, and besides that, I just told him to just calm down, just win just the key gunfights. I don't care if you go negative. We win
Gotcha.
the key gunfights and we'll win it. And then when we did, we took the lead.
Mhm.
Second second and last hill we took the lead, and then it just went from there.
Definitely. Now, Search and Destroy was up next. You took a quick 5-0 lead. Got to be feeling confident. And then Remorse comes out of nowhere to win 3 in a row, and you see the 5-3. Again, mentality going into that. How are you feeling? You take the 5-0 lead. I imagine you got to be feeling pretty confident, but they win 3 in a row. Were your nerves shaken at all? Is anybody getting a little nervous?
I told the team, I told the guys just like, hey, look, we need one round. Let's just win this round. We're winning our gunfights. Let's just do what we gotta get done. It was a little weird that that they won the 3 rounds straight,
Mm-hmm.
and we all kind of were a little bit on edge because obviously that's not the kind of comeback any team wants to get put against them.
Yeah.
Thankfully we're able to close it out.
Yeah, Search and Destroy is a tricky one. It's my favorite mode to cast just because you can see those reverse sweeps happen sometimes, and it does make for some entertaining content for the viewers at home. And then we go back to High Rise for Control, and it's a very different animal from both modes, but
Oh yeah.
definitely a standout. How do you guys feel about the recent propane changes to ranked and competitive on that map specifically?
Me personally, I love it because that propane was my #1 enemy. I promise you it was. I could throw a random nade in the middle of the map and I'll die to the propane somehow.
Anyone else feel differently about the propaners? Mezzy, speak for y'all.
Nah, I like it. I think that was a huge bug fix for sure. Because it's just sometimes you'll throw the nade and you're on the other side of the map and you'll die,
Mhm.
and then you'll wonder why how'd you die.
Yeah, completely understandable. I definitely have talked to my fellow casters before about Mr. Propane, and it's always fun. Now, for this control, we saw Fancy fall off the map for one of the rounds y'all won in that 1v2 coming down to the wire. How are you? What was the sense of relief after that?
We just giggled.
I for
We
one
just took the win.
I, for one, have never seen a player either intentionally or purposefully, but accidentally falling off the high-rise map, especially in a 1v2 towards the end. I imagine it got pretty sweaty towards the end of that one, just because not too often do you see it come down to lives in the control, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just definitely a little different because we were on an extremely high ping.
Hmm.
So we just had to try to play a little bit more cautious with our gunfights
Got it.
because we
Got
know
it.
that they do have the bigger advantage due to their lower ping.
Hmm.
But in the end, we still try to just keep like those same core fundamentals in play.
Absolutely. I can respect that. Uh, Gentlemen, I just want to say GG's. Thank you for taking time for this sort of post-match impromptu interview. Do you have any words for any teams you're about to face in the ZGL coming up?
We're new, but you should definitely watch out for us.
Yeah, we're not no slouch.
Yeah.
Amen. I appreciate it and respect it. I wish y'all best of luck. Hopefully, will not be the last time I am casting for EDYN Academy.
Yeah,
Solid
no, thank
GG's
you so
once
much.
again.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's. Y'all have a wonderful night.
You as
You
well.
too.
Later. Later. That is some solid people. The ZGL, filled with incredible talent, such respectful talent as well. I do appreciate that. You know, wasn't too heavy-handed with the trash talk. Not really a lot of trash talk at all. They're just maintaining their composure, keeping their comms up, remaining calm, and utilizing the best skill there is in Call of Duty, and that's teamwork. Can't respect it enough. Anyways, that has been our matchup of the evening. Remorse Gaming, sadly, once again falling to a 1-1 stat line. EDYN Gaming staying or rising to the 2-0, I should say, staying undefeated thus far in Season 3 of the ZGL. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to follow, tell your friends, and have a nice night. Bye, everybody. So long. Farewell. Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Blah. Excuse me. Bye bye.